While thousands of hard-hit Canadians have been praising the government for providing quick financial relief during this pandemic, many others feel like they are falling through the cracks, including landlords and small business owners who've been counting on the government's promised interest-free loan known as the Canada Emergency Business Account. But they have found that they don't qualify for it. Riaz Ahmad has owned this small Mississauga plaza for 15 years. He has 7 tenants. All but 2 have been shuttered thanks to COVID-19. Not all were able to pay rent April 1st, and he fears more will be unable to next month if this continues. Many of the businesses in his plaza at Glen Erin Road and Dundas have been counting on the Fed's $40,000 interest-free loan to help tide them over. The problem is you have to have had at least $50,000 in payroll expenses last year to be eligible.
Some of these cannot demonstrate because they are they are just self-employed, they are just working on their own, or they have one employee, right? And so they can't really demonstrate that kind of payroll. To me, it looks like 50,000 payroll limit would be more for medium-sized to large businesses.
Riaz understands the difficulties his tenants are facing, but as a landlord, he feels like he's not getting any breaks either. He depends on the rents to pay his mortgage and other bills.
What about landlords? Are they big enough to absorb that hit, or do they rely on month-to-month basis? It really depends on the size of the business. So just say that, landlords should be doing more for their tenants, and they should just be helping out. Yeah, I mean, we will help out to the extent that we can with our limitations. But yes, it's not that we are not that big that we can really absorb that. Right?
The Canadian Federation of Independent Business tells me that there are about 1.1 million small businesses in this country. About half employ just 1 to 4 people. To leave them out of the CEBA program could have devastating consequences.
We think it's a really good idea. It will help many to try to bridge and help their business survive through this incredibly challenging time. But the criteria are so tight that it makes it useless for at least 1 in 5 businesses.
Dan Kelly says right now in Canada, 80% of small and medium businesses are fully closed or partially closed.
That's a phenomenal number, and so many of them are worried that they will actually never make it across the finish line, that COVID is actually going to mean that they are permanently closed. A third of Canadian small businesses are reporting that they are worried that they may never open their doors again.
The government just launched the CEBA program today, and Dan Kelly is hopeful that tweaks will be made in the eligibility criteria, which could make the difference between thousands of small businesses making it through this crisis or not. In Mississauga, I'm Pam Seatle, City News.